don't know if it's because he mentioned pot, but because I remember back in college, this isn't so much a skeleton, although maybe it's become over the years, but we had, when I was a freshman, I went to University of Hartford. And one of the, let's put it this way, we were #1 drug party school in the country, and we only had 4,000 undergraduates.
Okay.
So it was like a hardcore, we were up against the big boys, 50, 60,000 plus students. So we were very proud.
And how did they get their stats? I'm curious to know.
It was like Newsweek and Time.
But how did they get it? Who's
undercover?
Undercover brother gave it to them. I'm not sure.
Is that your skeleton?
That would be the brother.
Brother?
Yeah, I just don't understand how.
I don't know how they got the stats. I don't know where the stats came from. We didn't care either.
Drug addicts don't really tell the truth.
Right. They must have.
I mean.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting thing.
We didn't really care so much about that. We were just saw our name at the top.
Right.
But so we had.
Did you have fun?
We had a lot of fun.
That's
and
good.
There was. My friend and I went home for Passover break.
Pesach.
There you go. Look, everything's so connected.
Here. Hello.
And when we came back, half our friends were gone. And we start walking to our dorm, and there's a limousine, a massive, huge limousine, taking one of our friends. This friend happened to be an exchange student from, I think, India, and he's being taken to this huge limousine by these massive bodyguards. And this kid, before he came to school, he was a goody two-shoe. He never saw alcohol, drugs, didn't know anything about it. And so he's being walked to the car by these massive guys, and we're like, hey, man, what happened? He's just like, like he lost his mind. They put him in the car. We end up finding out that the FBI came and busted half our friends.
They sent them in limos?
No. The limo was his family was from royalty.
Okay.
And he was being kicked out of the country.
Oh.
So we ended up finding out he was sort of like the brains behind the whole thing. Their whole story is we brought on a drug dealer from Hartford, from the like crack corners of Hartford, because we thought it would be a little bit easier. We brought him in.
Wow.
His name was Universal. Shout out, man, wherever jail you're in.
Oh.
And he's gonna come kill me. Remember me 15 years ago?
Nah, you're protected.
No. Totally. You'll take care of me, Rivka.
The miracle, baby.
The miracle.
Yeah. The
and
miracle's
so
watching.
we found out that the FBI had been tagging and bugging the whole place and keeping records. And then, so anyway, we found out that there was an undercover
FBI.
narc.
That's not
there was
right.
a junior narc who was in this amongst our friends. Anyway, we knew who it was right away. It was some freak who just didn't fit. You knew there was something wrong, but whatever. We loved everybody, but we no longer loved him. So he had bodyguards wherever we were going to take vengeance. And there was without getting.
Did you graduate from there?
Yeah, many years later. But we ended up creating an entire vengeance plan where it was during the winter, so there was snow, and we created these massive snow cannonballs. We left them to freeze overnight, and then we had timed it out that we knew when he was going to be coming out of the cafeteria, we'd be on the other side of the road behind the bushes, and at the right time, sort of like Braveheart, we'd be like, wait on it, and then freedom! We just jumped up. I'll never forget it. I launched the first cannonball, the ice ball, and just as he turned around, it was pure divine intervention. The ice ball hit him crack between the eyes and knocked him out. The rest of the guys, and we never saw him again. That was the end of it.
Wow.
So I don't know if I've ever told that story on anything that would be public. So
well, now you have. That's valid.
I hope that's valid.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, Shlomo.
I don't know how to follow that.
I know.
Shlomo was he was a freshman in Hartford when I was.
God, you even went to the same college together? God, this is like almost like
We sort of overlapped for a year.
Yeah. Just watch us for dates, like
triplets.
We go on date. Like,
do you look for sisters?
Yeah.
You really?
No. What kind of show is this?
I don't know. The incest hour. I don't know. No, just kidding. All right, Shlomo.
I'm trying to think of there's something that's not really stupid, but
serious.
Stupid's fine.
Stupid's fine. Well, like my brother was saying, when we were younger, we used to do a lot of videos. Even before we played any music or picked up any instruments, we do a lot of random videos. And there's one video in particular. I remember that we were doing the what's his name? What was the show?
A hint. Give me a hint.
Which the weight loss.
Oh, right.
The Biggest Loser?
No, this is Richard Simmons.
Oh, okay.
Richard Simmons infomercial.
Infomercial where I dressed up in stuffed out.
Oh, this is a good skeleton. You were Richard Simmons?
No, he was Richard Simmons.
I was
one of the contestants or whatever it was on the show.
Oh my God!
Right.
So he dressed up with these little mini shorts and like a tight shirt, and I was puffed out to here in all directions.
He was working your butt.
Yeah, he was.
When he fell, he couldn't get back up.
I couldn't get up.
Oh, no.
They pushed me down. I was stuck. It was a bad scene.
Okay, that worked, Shlomo. Oh, you poor thing. All right, now it's Pesach.
I was trying to think because I don't who knows who's watching this show, so I gotta watch what I'm gonna say.
Why? Who would you mind hearing it?
What?
Who's your biggest one that you're afraid would hear?
Oh no, anyone could be watching the show, right?
But who is your biggest fear of
fear itself?
Ooh, where did that go?
Your mom.
But seriously, let's focus here for a second.
Okay. Don't worry. Pretend nobody's watching.
Okay, no one's watching. I was thinking for a second. I went to Woodstock twice, and the first you have to keep in mind for a second that I was really young. The first Woodstock was 94.
Well,
that wasn't the first Woodstock.
I mean, in this
the reenaction.
Right, exactly. But the first one's the second one. So we're talking about the second one. Then there was the third one.
The one that was a total mess.
Exactly. So the second one.
Well, that's
I
always
was
the case.
very young and I didn't know what was going on.
Who brought you? Your brothers?
Yeah, they.
I'm freaking out.
Duh.
You know,
Go wherever you want. There's 250,000 people.
I mean, I was definitely in my teens. And I was tripping. I mean, not literally tripping, Mom. I know, no drugs, Mom. But I was really. That was my first experience of really seeing some amazing bands there. And then obviously '99 was also. I was a little older, but that was also an experience.
Did you have a favorite?
My favorite for '94 was Blind Melon. That was one of my favorite groups.
That.
Yeah. So.
I do.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Blind Melon.
Yeah.
The real guy. Yeah.
Love you.
And who was your best one in the next one?
Dave Matthews. What did?
Oh,
Dave,
really?
Yeah, for sure.
Talking about crap, you know the Dave Matthews story, right? You don't know that?
The Dave Matthews story?
Yeah, that they dumped their he got fined $4 million or something ridiculous like that because they were driving over some bridge in some state and they unloaded their
I heard about that.
toilet in the water and it landed on a boat and
I'm sure he signed it. This is from the Dave Matthews Band. Here's our CD.